Hey guys, I'm Holly from The Run Experience. Today we're talking about how to find your running pace. If you are new to running and not sure how fast or slow you should be going based on the workout you're on, we are going to get into the details of that today. All right guys, so if you are newer to running, you may have already run into the issue of feeling super tired just a few minutes into your run and maybe a little out of breath and not feeling super motivated to keep going anywhere past even 10 minutes. What I want to talk about today is possibly the fact that maybe you're going too fast or not holding the right pace for that workout. So there's several different types of ways you can run: fast, slow, intervals, tempo run, long run. There's a whole slew of things out there, but matching your pace to those is key for your training. So what I want to first talk about is the rate of perceived effort, or your RPE, which is just simply how you're feeling and what you can do during the level of exertion that you're going through your run. So can you talk when you're running at that speed? Can you breathe easy? Are you totally smoked and out of breath and you can barely put one foot in front of the other? These all go into that RPE and you just becoming aware of how much exertion you're putting into that run. All right guys, so now I want to get into the specifics of how to pace yourself based on the type of run you're doing. We're going to talk about three today: the long run, the interval run, and the tempo run, and I'm going to start with that long run. So I'm talking anything around the 45-minute mark upwards. Maybe if you're not there yet, that's not a big deal, but eventually that will be what the long run means to you. The long run is going to be your slowest out of your training runs generally. If you are someone who just started and you kind of only have one speed that you go for on that run, and you went out and you did 20 minutes and felt great, just because you held that for 20 minutes doesn't mean you're going to be able to hold that for an hour at that same speed. That's not how it works. The body doesn't work that way, and you'll find that out quickly. So we have a couple of tests we like to do to make sure you're running the right speed for the long run, one of which being the talk test. If you are out with a buddy and doing a jog together and you guys are able to hold a conversation the whole time while still moving, that's always a good sign for that long run. The second of those is going to be a breathing test. So knowing you're running the right speed comes down to how you can sustain that breathing. One of our favorite ones is the nose breathing test, which is just going to be making sure you can inhale at least, maybe exhale as well, only using your nose. This allows those long, deep breaths and makes sure you're at a speed where you're not pushing it so hard that you get out of breath really quickly. So the nose breathing test and the talk test are great ones to use for that long run. All right guys, so that long run pace, I'm just going to show you a little example for myself right here. Just try to find a stride I can hold while also be able to talk to you the whole time. So if I can barely get one word out at a time and I'm catching my breath really hard, I'm probably going too fast. So if I can find that speed where I can maintain my heart rate still up, but I can control that breathing all the way through, I'm at the correct long run speed. Okay guys, so on the other end of that spectrum from the long run is going to be your interval run. This is going to be the fastest you're running during a training workout, but it's also going to probably be the shortest little spurts of running you're going to be doing. You may be running up to 2 minutes, but often it's maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds at a time, and this is kind of your all-out exertion stage. So this is going to be the most uncomfortable you're going to feel during your workouts, and it should be. This is you finding where that max is without obviously overdoing it, but a lot of us tend to kind of hold back on these runs, and that's not the point here. So if you are someone who really is great at that long run, you can go forever. This is going to be the point where you just have to kind of test, can I go for that 30 seconds all out and not really have anything left to give? And the nice thing about the different rounds is that you can kind of address that each time and use that rest in between. Again, this is going to be the hardest of the workouts, but definitely one of the most beneficial. All right guys, that third and final training workout I want to address today is going to be your tempo run. If you are someone who doesn't quite have a race goal in mind yet, maybe this one isn't as important to you yet, but it will be. This is going to be the run kind of between the interval and the long run. So on that rate of perceived exertion scale of 1 to 10 we'll use today, the long run is going to fall somewhere in the 4 to 6 range maybe at some point. The interval run is going to be, you're pretty much maxed out, maybe that 8 or 9 top of the scale. You really can't talk during that. And then the tempo run can really range, but it can be anywhere from 6 all the way up to 8. You're not going to be able to hold a conversation the whole time. You're not going to be able to nose breathe the whole time, but you're going to be able to maintain good running mechanics the whole time. If those fall apart, you're going too fast. This kind of run is just specifically designed to get you to your race goal. So it's going to be how can you manage those gears, those different speeds and tempos to address that specific time during the training run. All right guys, that tempo run, I'm a little bit picked up, so I can't hold a bunch of full sentences for you, but I can definitely get a few words out and just still on top of my breathing. All right, guys, that's all I have as far as specifics go around your training runs, but I do want to just lastly remind you that it is really important to mix these things up during the week. If you run at one speed, one distance, one specific amount of time, day after day, week after week, you're not going to see improvement in your running, and you're often going to be asking yourself why you're not getting more athletic, a lot faster, why your race times aren't changing, and that's it right there. You need to mix things up, and you need to mix up your speeds, the amount of breathing, the amount of talking you can do, and you will find a lot of success with that. Guys, if you liked this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. If you have any comments or questions for me, something didn't make sense, make sure you drop that in the comment section and I will be sure to get back to you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We have new videos coming out all the time. Speaking of which, I made this playlist up here that I want you guys to click on. More videos around what I just talked about and definitely beneficial to you. So click on that. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.